Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DRich Show, where we talk anything and everything crypto. Now, here's your host, DRich.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the DRich Show. This is DRich and today is Friday, July 16th, 2021. Good morning everyone. I hope that everyone is doing well and that this video finds you all in good health, good spirits, and good energy. And I want to make sure that you guys are well acknowledged. Thanking you all for continuing with me on this journey as we are continue to collectively absorb different types of information. And today we're going to look into what my thumbnail is describing. Is Bitcoin the next global reserve currency? Well, I'm going to give you some insight from my perspective, from my point of view, and then you can go ahead and analyze the information as you will. But anyway, I just want to make sure you guys are doing good, and I appreciate all of you who viewed yesterday's video. And again, if you guys are looking for me on the podcast streams right now, I don't know what is actually taking place with my abilities to try to upload that information to those particular platforms. Right now it's not working, so I'm going to try to figure that out here. Been trying to figure it out over the last several days, in fact the entire week. So we're going to get that resolved, and we're going to rectify that situation. I'm going to eventually post all of those videos there, so you're going to have a lot of information coming at you for at least a week. Okay, so anyway, we're here at Friday. We made it through a good week. We got some good news out of the Ripple case yesterday, but again, I'm going to give you my perspective of what I think is going to come and what's going to happen. So anyway, let's just jump right into the coin market cap. Bitcoin's dominance is at 46.1%, and Ethereum is at 17.1% as well. There with a total global crypto market cap of 1.3 trillion. Okay, and we're down from yesterday. Bitcoin trading at $32,050.85 there. Ethereum is at 1922.40. Okay, still sitting at the number 2 spot. And then we also have Binance Coin, BNB at number 4, $310.73. And then we got Cardano ADA at $1.21. And our beloved XRP there is sitting at 60 cents, folks. So again, if you guys are in the accumulation phase and still need to bag up that XRP, I highly encourage you to do that. And I want you guys to pay attention and listen to the entire video. When you're done listening to it, I want you to share it on your favorite platforms. I want you to tag all of the high profile people in the XRP community. Do that for me, whether it be on your Twitter, wherever that might be, because at the end of the day, I'm going to explain a different narrative that I think that needs to allow us to expand our thinking and the way that this might turn out, where people's narratives are going to be debunked. And that's what I'm here to do. Not necessarily challenging anyone, but again, as you know, I'm totally unorthodox. I'm totally against conventional wisdom, and I just have a different method of going against the grain where it comes to my approach, my insight, the way I think, the way I understand information. But at any rate, we got Dogecoin at 18 cents. So again, great accumulation time for that. I still believe in Dogecoin. There's no worries, because at the end of the day, we're still in profit if you've been holding on to your Dogecoin. Adding up number 9 there, we got Polkadot at $12.72. Wow, great buying opportunity for that. And then rounding out the top 10, you got BUSD, and then Uniswap. Trying to get back into the top 10 there at $16.87. And if you take a stroll down the market cap, we'll see some negative, some red, and those are great buying opportunities for those who are still in the need to accumulate their bags, different type of cryptos that you've been having your eyes on. So I encourage you to do your due diligence, come to your own discernment when it comes to your investment strategies. And everybody's strategy is a little bit different. So, I can't have you compare mine's to yours or mine's to anyone else's, because at the end of the day, we have just a different method of doing things, which is totally fine by me. And it should be fine by you, because at the end of the day, I'm only here to provide information. And again, this is never financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I do this for fun, and I do this for, the benefit of trying to promote different ideas, different information out there, most definitely. And, at the end of the day, I'm totally an XRP person. And, I know that is my bottom line. However, I like to look at everything in a broad scope so that I don't miss anything. Okay, I don't want to shortchange anybody on their money-making opportunities, and I don't want to try to trick you out of not gaining wealth throughout the time that you are listening to me here on this channel. So anyway, guys, let's get right into this article here from ambcrypto.com and the XRP lawsuit update. Hinman disposition will go ahead, but there's a caveat to that. And this was an article that was published about 7 hours ago. And Ripple Labs is in the news today after the blockchain firm won yet another battle against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on Thursday. And per Judge Sarah Neb Burns' latest ruling, Ripple can now depose the SEC's former director of the Division of Corporation Finance, William Hinman, in its tenuous case against the regulatory agency. If it was just a personal opinion, why can't he sit for a deposition and answer a question about it? All right. So again, folks, I'm not going to read the entire article, but here's the caveat for me. Yes, it is a win for XRP hodlers. Yes, it is a win for Ripple. At the surface of things, and sometimes we have to understand that these folks know what XRP is. They know what XRP will do. And we're going to go down all of these little articles that I have set up in a line for us today so that we can demonstrate to folks that this is just not a walk in the park, that it's not going to be easy. And you know what? The SEC has multiple tricks up their sleeves, and we're going to approach that on many different levels. And as you heard me over the last couple of videos, you've heard me say that it will not surprise me if these folks end up trying to attempt a means to try to bring Bitcoin in as the global reserve currency. Okay, when I use the word attempt, that is the key phrase. That is the key term that you need to pay attention to. I did not say that they will or this will happen. However, as a XRP hodler and, the FUD that we've experienced throughout the courses of many years, me for 3.5 years of accumulating XRP, I've heard every single piece of FUD, and I've not moved my position. I will not move my position because I want to think about everything. I want to think about strategies, think about, moves, counter moves. I want to think about those things. So again, Judge Netberg went on and added that this is not a run-of-the-mill SEC enforcement case. And according to the judge, the case involves significant policy decisions for the markets, and that the amount of controversy is substantial, and the public's interest in this case is also significant. So, folks, I want to let you know, they're not really after XRP. They're after you. They're after me. They're after the retail investor. Okay? Because, again, if you go back to the 70s when Nixon took us off the gold standard, he said it would be temporarily, said that they're speculators in the market. Well, guess what? Fast forward to 2020, 2021, they're speculators in the market, which is you, me, and then, you apply what I feel XRP is. XRP is digital gold. That is just the fact, okay, of the matter. So we're going to keep it at that. We're going to move forward with the articles. I want to make sure that I don't, spend too much time on other things. But this is an article back on July 12, 2019. And this is why I have to go back to the past to bring all of this information forward. Okay. and connect the dots here. President Trump's crypto tweet, wildly bullish for Bitcoin. Okay, and again, folks, remember what I said. They will always do the opposite of what this guy wants. Okay, you don't have to be a fan of Trump. I get it. He says some things off the cuff, but you got to understand what he's attempting to do and why he is saying certain things. Because what happens is when you say or do certain things that others don't like, and we know those people who are corrupt and things like that, we want to make sure that we're paying attention to that, because they're going to do exactly the opposite. And the reason why I go back to this, I wanted to make sure that you guys are aware. If you haven't heard about this, I'm pretty sure that he has. Okay, he goes on to tweet, I am not a fan of Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies which are not money and whose value is highly volatile and based on thin air. Unregulated crypto assets can facilitate unlawful behavior, including drug trade and other illegal activity. I am not a fan of, okay, so he just, that's his tweet there on July 12th of 2019. And then he said some other things here. We have only one real currency in the United States of America, and it is stronger than ever, both dependable and reliable, and it is by far the most dominant currency anywhere in the world, and it will always stay that way. It is called the United States dollar. Similar, Facebook Libra's virtual currency will have little standing or dependability, and if Facebook and other companies want to become a bank, they must seek a new banking charter and become subject to all banking regulations. Okay, and I'm going to put it out there like this. When have this person ever been wrong? When has Trump ever been wrong? Okay, I mean, sometimes you might not like what he says. Okay, but when has he ever been wrong? You have to ask yourself that. You have to challenge yourself to get out of your own way, to see the proof in the pudding, the truth that has always been revealed throughout the course of time, if you allow the time to take its place. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that we pointed that out. And then in this article from newsbitcoin.com, okay, this was a article written on June 7th, 2021. Donald Trump detests Bitcoin, calls Bitcoin a scam, and he also wants heavy crypto regulations. All right. Again, Trump thinks Bitcoin is a scam, and he wants heavy regulations in crypto. He said, I don't like it because it's another currency competing against the dollar. Essentially, it's a currency competing against the dollar. I want the dollar to be the currency of the world, and that's what I've always said. He means what he says, okay, and I believe it will be a digital dollar of some sort, okay, and again, as we see USDC coming on the scenes with XLM and other, financial institutions, we're starting to see the volume pick up when it comes to the trading of USDC. Okay, so at some point, yes, we will be digital. Okay, if there's still a resemblance of any fiat currency, physical fiat currency, I do believe it will be tracked and monitored with, some sort of tracking device within the paper currency. That's just my opinion. You don't have to take my word for it, but I want to make sure that you guys are listening to all of this or hearing all of this, so that you can kind of put your, puzzle together on your own and kind of say, okay, let me just expand my thinking just a little bit to see where everything is going. Okay, so at the end of the day, when you go back to these folks with the SEC deposing him, and more than likely he's going to invoke the Fifth Amendment, okay, where he has, a right to not say anything at all. Okay, he has that right. So there's no need to be getting upset about it. There's no need to, jumping up in arms about it. It is what it is. And I think that, again, when you have something to hide, you'll see these tactics being put in place so that, they can avoid all of that. All right. So at the end of the day, Trump is calling Bitcoin a scam. He doesn't believe in Bitcoin, but he does call it a currency. Okay, Let's just keep it on that. All right. So this is why I'm saying what I'm about to say to you all when it comes to them attempting to label Bitcoin as the new world reserve currency. And the reason why I'm going to say that is because guess what? They want you out of XRP. And the only way that they can get you out of XRP is that they're going to make some sort of announcement. I don't know if this is true or not. It's only me speculating. This is me just expanding my thoughts and ideas because these folks have different type of tactics. All right. And then what I wanted to do is, this is coming from heraldsheets.com. And I want to make sure that we are paying attention to this as well. Newly discovered White House records revealed that Ripple CEO met with senior Trump administration official in 2018 and was XRP discussed. So again, folks, Brad Garlinghouse went to the White House on multiple occasions. I think there was 2 or 3 different instances. Okay, right here, 26th of September of 2018, and then on October 3rd, 2018. And the documents were recently discovered and shared by crypto investors and XRP enthusiast Stephen Dieppe. And the 2 meetings seemingly lasted for some hours. So again, we know that these folks have been to the White House. We know that we'll get into the executive order in some short period. Okay. And then, we just want to make sure that we're touching bases on this. Read the rest of the article. I'll leave it in the description. And then I want to go to this person. All right. Because this is where I'm going to hit it out the park when it comes to what's going on with certain characters. Folks, just think of it like this. This is Steve Mnuchin. Steve Mnuchin was the head of the the Federal Reserve, I think. Okay, so I wanted to. He was the Treasury Secretary. Okay, former under Trump, right? So what I want to do is make sure that we are following along in the movie. This is a movie. Everybody has a role to play. Brad Garlinghouse, all of those folks. And you want to try to determine or, decipher who is smoke and mirrors. And you want to look through the fog and make sure you find out who's the good people, who's the bad people. There's actors that are being bad. That could be potentially the good guy. There's good guys pretending to be good, but they can actually also be the bad guy. All right, so keep your eyes on this. He's a former movie producer, things like that, for Mad Max, Fury Road 2015, Edge of Tomorrow 2014, Midnight Special 2016, okay, and so on and so forth. You can see the bio there, and check it out. Okay, do your due diligence, dive into it, and then this is also coming from AMB Crypto. Back in July 25th of 2019, Steve Mnuchin won't be talking about Bitcoin in 10 years, but everyone else will. All right, so let's just go ahead and take a peek into the article and see what it's talking about. Bitcoin has had a wild rise since 2008 at the intellectual behest of Satoshi Nakamoto, from being chided as the currency of the dark web to be talked about in no uncertain terms, and then in the Hall of Congress, from being lambasted as a version of fake internet money to being called the future native currency of the internet by the creator of Twitter, from being riddled by investment moguls as rat poison to being called better than paper money by a man who sends literal rockets into space. All right, Steve Mnuchin, who at that time was the current Treasury Secretary of the U.S., has a lot on his plate, and with the ongoing trade war, resistance from China, global finance ministries meeting to discuss trade deals, and the internal policies of the U.S. still in a gray area, excuse me, he has relegated Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market to the back of his thoughts. And a week after accusing Bitcoin of incommensurate involvement in money laundering and fearing it could become the next Swiss bank account, the Treasury Secretary has once again called out the digital assets industry, and this time not in regulation, but in sentiment. And in a recent interview with the CNB Squawk Box, Mnuchin ain't got no time for Bitcoin. Well, at least after a decade. I won't be talking about Bitcoin in 10 years, I can assure you that. I will bet even in 5 or 6 years, I'm no longer talking about Bitcoin as Treasury Secretary. I'll have other priorities. Okay, so you can read the rest of the article. I just wanted to touch bases on those key facts of the article. Okay, as far as that is concerned. All right, the reason why I'm bringing this article up is because then we want to go to something that just recently came out that just piqued my interest. So what I want you to do is go to whatever, if you go to a bookstore, whatever, get this book, okay, The Art of War. I'm encouraging you to read it because we are using these tactics in this war, this financial war, okay? This is not the easy task at hand, okay? There's truth, there's deception, there's dishonesty, and you got to figure out how to decipher between the two. This book will help you and guide you through any of this, okay? Because this is on display, and you got to have different tactics. You got to have, again, they're going to have moves. We're going to come back with counter moves. And if you believe in the truth, you believe in honesty, and you believe your vision, okay, this is going to most definitely help you along the way. So then, last night, as I posted on Twitter, I post on Twitter rarely, but lately I've been on a tear, okay, because now my voice will be heard at some point, at some time, because at the end of the day, I think that I've been more right than I've been wrong. And no, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to pat myself on the shoulder. I'm just here to help people expand their thoughts and their ideas from the surface of things, because this is much deeper than we can really imagine. Just imagine over the course of years, decades, long time, where you have heavy-handed individuals with multiple means of financial control. This is not going to be easy. We're not going to just go in there and strip this money away from them. Okay, so it has to be some sort of tactic. It has to be, moves versus counter moves and things like that, because they're going to come back after a move. So after a move of having to have deposed Hinman, okay, and then allowing your XRP investors, retail investors, to join the call, filling up the space of 4,000 folks on the call, listening in to all of this stuff. You better believe the SEC has a tactic up their sleeve, and they have a means to try to destroy your narrative, to try to destroy your approach, trying to continue to rule over you. And I do believe Bitcoin is their solution. Okay, not our solution, but their solution. So when I say that it's going to be the reserve currency or global reserve currency, what I'm telling you is I would not be surprised if this fake administration moves in that direction to bring Bitcoin in as the reserve currency. Okay, so former U.S. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin says his view on Bitcoin has evolved. Is this a plot? Is this a trap? Is this a scheme to bring all of these big institutional investors in? Okay, let them walk through the door. Let them drop their guard. Let them feel safe. This is what's about to happen, folks. So when you got this guy who is he's a movie producer. You're watching one of the greatest movies ever, and we got front row seats to it. Okay, so former U.S. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin says his viewpoint on Bitcoin has evolved a little bit. While he personally does not want to have Bitcoin in his portfolio, he said if people want to buy the cryptocurrency, that's perfectly fine. Mnuchin says that it's perfectly fine if people want to buy Bitcoin. And again, since then, a growing number of major companies and prominent traders have gotten into Bitcoin. Major investment banks such as Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and Citigroup have either started offering or are in the process of offering crypto products or services to their clients. And then they quote him by saying, I think my view has evolved a little bit, but it's pretty consistent. And if people want to buy Bitcoin as a substitute, no different than buying gold or some other asset, is fine. I don't personally want to have it in my portfolio, but if people want to, that's perfectly fine as well. All right. And then Here's some other information. As for Bitcoin and other crypto assets, Mnuchin emphasized that it is important for them to be regulatory compliant, including complying with the Bank Secretary Act, which is the BSA, and noting that under the Trump administration, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, OCC, approved banks to offer cryptocurrency custodian services last year, he explained. And the reason we did that was because we wanted to make sure that this was becoming in a regulated world, and it should be fully BSA compliant. All right. And then you also got to understand that Brian Brooks, he was the head of the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, okay, which made this possible. Okay, and you got to understand that Brian Brooks is on the good side. He's one of the good guys, right? So I just want to make sure that you see the connections. Mnuchin is a Trump guy as well. Okay, and you got to understand that there's posturing. There's we're not liking Bitcoin, and then all of a sudden you come back and say, oh yeah, it's perfectly fine now. Okay, what this does, it allows those folks who are skeptical, like your big banks, your big institutions that have been skeptical. Those are the folks that you want to see come in, and I'm going to tell you why they want these folks to come in, right? It's for a reason, okay? And is it truth, or is it like another trap that's being set for these folks to walk in, being caught with their pants down in some sort of way? So anyway, this is a article from Era of Light, okay? Federal Reserve Chairman Donald Trump, POTUS could save America, and this was an article written on 3/29/2020. President Trump could be pulling off a major move that has potential to save America and its economy as the nation faces one of its most difficult periods in recent history in the face of the pandemic and all of its health, economic, and societal fears that come with it. President Trump might come out of this chaotic situation a hero. So now I know that, it doesn't appear that he's still the president, but he is still the president, okay? And I just want you all to know that. All right, but Bloomberg opinion article written by Jim Bianco explains how the federal government is nationalizing large swath of the financial market. The Fed is providing the money to do it, and the author states this scheme essentially merges the Fed into the Treasury Department into one organization. So meet your new Fed chairman, Donald Trump. How could this happen? Essentially, the Federal Reserve has created multiple new programs lately that serve a slew of purposes, and Bianco lists the following programs as their intended functions. The Fed isn't allowed to do any of this. He continues, the central bank is only allowed to purchase or lend against securities that have government guarantee, and this includes Treasury securities, agency mortgage-backed securities, and the debt is issued by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. An argument can be made that this can also include municipal securities, but nothing in the laundry list above. So if the Fed isn't allowed to conduct the above mentioned operation, how is any of this happening? Okay, each acronym program listed will be connected to special purpose vehicles, SPV, financed by the Fed. And next, the Treasury will make an equity investment in each SPV, meaning not the Fed, purchase the securities and backstopping of loans, and the Fed is acting as a bank providing finances. Okay, and again, the Fed hired BlackRock, Inc. To purchase the securities and handle the administration of the SPVs on behalf of the owner, the Treasury, Bianco writes. And in fact, he says the Fed is giving the Treasury access to its printing press. So let me just say this. We know that BlackRock owns pretty much every freaking thing. All right, everything. Go look it up. Go look on Yahoo Finance and just go ahead and type in some of this stuff and see who they own and what they own. Now, let me make it clear. This is one of the biggest operations that we'll ever see in the history as it continues to unfold. Read the rest of this article. Go to Yahoo Finance. See what BlackRock owns. And as we begin to see all of this stuff unfold. This is why I believe that the greatest wealth transfer in the history of the world is about to take place. And guess what? You, me, your family, those who have been oppressed, suppressed, as far as financial failure for us. I mean, yes, some people make it, some people struggle. We live paycheck to paychecks for some people. But what I'm saying is, this is about to end. Okay, if you believe in the Sarah Jasara, like I do, I faithfully believe in it. I truly believe in it, and I truly believe that we're going to experience something that we've never experienced before. And these folks are going to wake up crying like little babies. Okay, just go back to the AMC, the BlackBerry, you name it, the GameStop thing. What were these folks doing? They were trying to prevent you from figuring out their systems, how they're shorting American stocks for profit. Okay, they're short selling and all this other stuff. Just imagine that being tenfold. Folks crying on live TV. Oh, these people don't know what they're doing, or they're going to get wrecked and all this other stuff. Absolutely not, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to wreck them, and guess what? We are about to do that soon. So anyway, let's get into this Executive Order 13772, which is the core principles for regulating the United States financial system. Read through it. Ripple is in here. You can go get the PDF thing. I believe it's on page 91. Okay. Trump did not mention Ripple in this executive order for no reason. He did not meet with Brad Garlinghouse and them on multiple occasions for no reason. And again, I'm kind of skeptical of, Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Larson. And the only reason why I am is because if you go look at who they donated to, okay, as far as political donations, you'll see that they voted, or they actually donated to certain individuals, okay, and you'll see those once you go ahead and look those up. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, okay, because we're gonna go full circle with this thing, and this is why I think this is one of the greatest sting operations in the history of the world. And this guy, he again is a genius, whether you like him or not. That's not for me to decide. I know who I like, and that's just the way I'm going to leave it. So anyway, then we're going to go back to this, which is Joe Biden. I'm not going to ever call him the president because he's not. He revokes Trump's administration executive orders, and Executive Order 13772, which was revoked, which are the core principles for regulating the United States financial system. And this executive order outlined the Trump administration's financial regulatory principles and required the Department of Treasury to review the Financial Stability Oversight Council that established by the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act. So again, you have to ask yourself, why would Trump put this executive order in play? And then why would this person come back behind and revoke this executive order? You have to question that, okay? Because at the end of the day, when you have Ripple, well, it's not XRP, they have Ripple in that executive order, you would know what Ripple is connected to as far as XRP, as far as their digital currency or token, okay? So let's go ahead and move further into some more executive orders, because these are going to play a significant role in what is going to take place. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you got Executive Order 13818, which will block the property of persons involved in serious human right abuse or corruption. Okay, once election fraud is exposed, ladies and gentlemen, which we've been just recently seeing with Maricopa County, we're also seeing Fulton County in Georgia having some stuff come out. And then once Pennsylvania, all of the other states, you're starting to see some arrests around the world for election fraud, things like that. So once the corruption is exposed, guess what? They will get their property blocked. They will get their assets seized, so on and so forth. So go ahead and check this executive order out. Okay. And we're going to go to another executive order, which is Executive Order 13848, which will also impose certain sanctions in the event of foreign interference in a United States election. Okay, so when you put this together, what do you think is going to happen? Okay, once all of the stuff is exposed, all of the revocations of executive orders, things like that, those become null and void. Okay, they become null and void. So that means they are absolutely nothing. Okay, so all of these executive orders will be restored. Okay, I'm not saying that Sleepy Joe revoked these these executive orders 13848 and 13818. I'm not saying he revoked them. I have to do a little bit more dive on that. I don't think he did. But at any rate, once all of the other stuff is exposed, then that means that these executive orders will be applied, and they will go into full force and effect, and then you're going to start seeing a worldwide arrest. Okay, so at the end of the day, keep your eyes on these executive orders because they mean a whole lot. And this is why I say Bitcoin. They'll attempt to put Bitcoin in as the global reserve currency. Okay, it's a stage. The stage is set. Okay, they're going to put these folks into a position where they put all of their finances or some of their money or most of their money into this. Okay, Bitcoin thing, and we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. Okay, I can't tell you. I can't predict what is going to happen, but I can imagine. Even if they do, again, it will be null and void based on the fact that these executive orders are in play. They're not going to go away. All right, so I want to make sure you guys are up to date on these executive orders. And lastly, I wanted to go to Flare.finance, and then I wanted to open up their white page. Okay, and I'm gonna open it up to the 12th page of this white paper, which we've gone over. Initially, mined Bitcoin and Litecoin can be converted and paid out into the miners in the form of FBTC. And again, I want IOTA to be a part of the Flare network, Flare Finance, or Flare, overall. But at the end of the day, what I'm thinking is when I talk about Tether, which is heavily manipulated against the dollar, and things like that, we've pointed that out, and I never understood why they would use USDT or why they would go with Flare Bitcoin. I'm starting to think about it, and what I'm starting to think about is all of the things that I've just went over. Okay, and how is it that Flare will be, coming out hopefully in a week. Our airdrops are coming, and we'll go live with that system or with that network soon. Okay, and it's all about timing, ladies and gentlemen, because at the end of the day, we have a big melting pot, whether it be political, it's all financial, educational, different type of movements. I don't want to name them. You know what they are, which is propaganda groups, things like that. It's all in one big melting pot, and a lot of people are not ready. They're not prepared for it. I think that I am, because I know that a lot of these foods are going to eat crow. Okay, oh, there's none of this, there's none of that, or there's this movement or that movement or whatever. You got to kind of look back, and you got to kind of remember some of the history of why are these things taking places. Okay, again, with this the COVID thing, they're trying to push these things for mandatory mandates, things like that. I'm not going to have it. You got to look at crimes against humanity. You got to look at things like that as a whole, because there's something that's wrong. Okay, and then if Flare goes into Bitcoin, I want to say that they're going to offset that by siphoning all of that money. And where do you think that money is about to go? With USDT, with ADA, with BNB. You got to ask yourself this. BNB or Binance is in the news. They're getting banned from this country, that country. You got to ask yourself why. Okay, is it FUD, or is there some truth behind it? Okay, we all know that we've heard stuff about Binance being scams, things like that. There might be some truth to it. There might be some, false things about it. We don't know. But you have to ask yourself why. Why BNB? Okay? Why Ethereum? Why USDT? Why ADA? I mentioned ADA. I mentioned the Kazarian group and what they're all about. I hope that you guys were able to do that. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if they go in the direction of trying to attempt to put Bitcoin as the global reserve currency. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't believe that it will happen. I think that they will attempt to. Okay, the key word is attempt. So at the end of the day, use your discernment, expand your thinking, and just do me a favor. Share this video, like the video, put your thumbs up on the video, and make sure that these folks that are out there wishing and hoping for a settlement, because now that they think that they got the SEC on the ropes, they want a settlement. Let me just tell you something, folks. I don't want a settlement. I don't negotiate with these type of people. You should not negotiate with these type of people. Okay? At the end of the day, if anyone is wanting a settlement, they do not have your best interest in mind. Let that be clear. Let that be the truth. Because anyway, those folks that want settlements, either they're overexposed or, they have some sort of other agenda. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean that they have your interest in mind. Not mine, not yours, not anyone. There's no settlement. Okay, we don't agree with corruption. Okay, if we did a settlement, what actually changed? We're all good now? Everything is cool? No. As an XRP hodler, let me just make it clear. These folks won't tell you that. Your big XRP YouTubers or whatever, our profiles, they'll never tell you this. But I'm going to tell you this. I lost over $100 and something thousand in XRP because of this stinking lawsuit. Okay? There's thousands of other people or hundreds of other people that have lost money in their investment, that have shaken them out of their investment, flooded them out of their investment because of this lawsuit. So you think that I want a settlement? No. We're going to go all the way. In boxing, we're going to go 12 rounds. In football, we had to play 4 quarters. Okay? Not 3 quarters, not 2.5, 4. All of it. We're going all the way. And we're going to take them to task. Okay? We're going to expose this corruption. We're going to expose their financial manipulation. Okay? And this is why XRP is the greatest digital asset ever. And most folks won't admit it. Okay? And they don't see it. But I'm going to tell you that I do. And there's no settlement. And if they do, there's nothing I can do. It's out of my control. I'm just going to voice my opinion. There's no settlement. Okay? Ask them, how much money did they lose in XRP? How much did their friends and family members lose? They're not going to tell you. And you know why they're not going to tell you? It's because they're paid. They're paid shills. Okay? They're not going to tell you the truth. They're just going to, articulate the information that's being fed to them by one another. Hey, you talk about this, you talk about that, and so on and so forth. You know what? I don't even listen to them no more because their narratives change so much and so often that, they also steal information and they don't never source back the information. At any rate, folks, I hope that you make it clear that if this move takes place, it is designed to shake you out of your position. Okay? They're going to shake the tree. Okay? And some of your hardest, corest investors in XRP will probably be shaken as well. Okay, it will shake your most experienced investor, your veteran investor, out of their position. This is what's going to happen, and I'm telling you that it's a possibility. Okay, I'm not telling you that it's going to happen. I'm just speculating because I'm using my brain and I'm looking at all the information as a whole. Anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I didn't want to go too rough, but it's time for me to start speaking my truth. And I'm going to continue to speak my truth no matter what. And if I lose subscribers and I lose listeners, that's not no worry, because I'm going to speak my truth. And those people that want to listen to truth, you're going to get the truth from here. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be transparent. Okay, and I'm going to be forthright. I'm going to keep my integrity. I'm going to maintain my character. That's what I'm going to do. And that's what I expect all of you that listen to me to do as well. Okay? Don't lose your integrity over a settlement. Absolutely not. But at any rate, it's Friday. I hope that all of you have an outstanding weekend. I hope that you are able to do something fun, new, and exciting. Get out of the house, exercise, go somewhere. Sometimes just even a walk in the park, walking your dogs, spending time with the people that you love the most, the people that really, really care. Those people are the people that will continue to speak to you, okay, regardless of what you believe in. Those folks are your true friends. And the only true friend that I know that I have is the Lord above. And he always guides me and directs me to the places that I need to go, the things that I need to see, and the things that I need to say. And I'm going to continue to express what's on my heart, what's in my mind, because I want to be forthright with my position. So anyway, guys, have a wonderful weekend again. I'll be back on Monday, and we'll get back to some more content. Okay, and I'm going to continue to dig for you, and I'm going to continue to do my best to provide the best information possible, okay? Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, that thumbs up, and make sure you share it on your favorite platforms. God bless, take care, and as always, treat everyone with class, dignity, and respect. Bye-bye.